Hello heathens, and welcome to my channel. I am Beauty Heathen, and my channel is dedicated to the exploration of paganism through the medium of cosmetics. If you enjoy this subject matter or find my content of interest, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and set the bell to all to be notified of when I upload new videos. Today's episode we will begin the first in a series covering the magical purposes of herbs, starting with Alkanet. I've already prepared the head. It's been sprayed with hairspray, and I laid down the foundation, laid down the NYX white base primer that shows up, and I also used the Becca Hydra Mist setting powder to give it a more matte foundation. And if you are new to my channel, the foundation I've been using is LA Girl Pro Coverage HD foundation, and for this color head I use the color Toast, at least wise until this color runs out, and then I have others as backup. But I tried out for last week's videos, coming into the video already preparing the cosmetic practice head before the video, and it seemed to go a little bit faster and easier. So I plan on doing that from now on, unless specifically requested to do otherwise. For anyone who's new to my channel, because I know I have new subscribers, as you may have noticed, I do not use my own face when doing these looks. And there are a few reasons for that, but one of the primary reasons is that paganism is a very, forgive me, just fixing the camera, is a very diverse subject, and one thing I'm not about to do is use foundations other than those of my own skin tone in order to do looks. So because of that, and because it's such a diverse subject, I use cosmetic practice heads of varying skin tones in order to be more cognizant and reminiscent of that. And today I am using the medium skin tone because today's herb hails from the Mediterranean. And Alkanet is the common name of several plants in the borage family. The one specifically that I'll be talking about today has the scientific name of Alkanet tinctora, and it's the source of red dye that it's a source of red dye that has been around for a very, very, very long time, since humans started using plants and botanicals to try to obtain pigment. The plant is also known as, and sorry about that, my computer decided to go crazy on me. It's one of these days. Also, if you're new to my channel, I do not edit out bloopers, so you get me with all of that. I will, hopefully with time, learn how to edit videos and be able to fix all of that, but until then, you get me how I record, because I record straight through. The plant is also known as Dyer's Alkanet. It's also known as Dyer's bug loss, Orkanet, Spanish bug loss, or let's see if I can pronounce this, Languedoc bug loss. It is native to the Mediterranean region and was brought to England specifically back in the day, growing in Kent and the West Country, specifically in Devonshire and Cornwall. It can be found throughout Great Britain today. And you shouldn't confuse it with Viper's bug loss. Both have blue flowers, although they're very different plants. And being reminiscent of the blue flowers, I am going to be using blue for the eyeshadow today. Also, if you are new to my channel, as I know I have a few new subscribers, and welcome. You cannot go based off of how shadows work on these heads as to how they will work on human skin. The powders do not act the same way. Most likely between the products I'm using to prep the heads, as well as all the products I put down underneath it. These heads also do not have skin texture, and because of that, powders and things may not grip to it like they would human skin. So, for anyone who's new, if you're looking for product reviews on this channel, yeah, mine is not the channel for that. There's many others. I recommend any number of them. I really like Smoky Glow. I like Raw Beauty Christie. They tend to be really honest and blunt channels with regards to how products work. There's a few others. I just can't think of them off the top of my head in this moment. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. A tinctura has bright blue flowers. It is also a plant that has dark red root or blackish appearance externally. But it has a bluish red inside with a white core. The root produces a fine red coloring material which has been used as a dye in the Mediterranean region since antiquity. The root has a dye stuff that is soluble in alcohol, ether, and oils. For anyone who's new to botanicals, botanical colorings, botanical oils, and so forth, there are those that are water soluble and those that are oil or alcohol soluble. This is one of those that is alcohol and oil soluble, which means it dissolves in alcohol or oils. It will not dissolve in water. It is used to give color to wines and alcoholic tinctures, also to vegetable oils and varnishes. It is often powdered and mixed with oil and used as a wood stain. When mixed into an oily environment, it generally releases a crimson color. And when applied to wood, it moves the wood color towards the dark red-brown or rosewood color and tends to accentuate the green of the wood. whenever I'm delving into the magical purposes of herbs, I generally like to also give alternate uses and backgrounds of them, just because I find plants to be not only very fascinating, but it's very interesting to see how multi-purpose they are through cultures and different mediums. Alkanet also has a history of being used in cosmetics. Because of its rouge color, it may have been, at least early on when cosmetics were being made, it was most likely used in blushes or as a lip color. I need to clean my color switch. So now I have to re-clean the brush that I was trying to clean. All the things that I forgot to clean, that was probably not the wise one to forget. I just spent the last couple of days cleaning brushes and heads and sponges. Ironically, Alkanet could also, although it isn't, be used on things like pH strips because it gives different colors at different pH levels. It's more red at a pH of 6.1, more purple at 8.8, and blue at a pH of 10. So depending on the alcohol or alkaline base also determines the color of that's released. Let's see. Let me scroll down a bit. And despite Alkanet no longer being used for most cosmetics, it has continued to be used in wood varnishes, textile dyeing, soap making, and even in lip glosses. The palette that I'm using currently for the blue colors is the Makeup Revolution color book with greens and blues. It has mattes on this lower side and shimmers up on the higher one. Medicinally, Alkanet, and again I will preface this especially for anyone who's just tuning into my channel, anything that I say regarding the medicinal uses of, say, crystals, of herbs, and so forth is not in any way, make, shape, or form a replacement for medical help or medicinal training. Anything I'm giving is information based off of what it has been used for historically and is not a replacement. So you should never take what I say as a replacement for getting help if you find that you are having issues. If you are having medical issues, as always, you need to see a doctor. So please do not self-treat. Do not say, hey, she said that this plant is good for this purpose. Let me go out and buy a supplement with the herb in it just to treat myself. Don't do that. It can, one, be very dangerous. Two, again, it is not a replacement for medical advice. But historically, Alkanet has been used for many purposes. It is a root in particular that is antibacterial. It has also been used topically. Actually, it has exclusively been used topically. And of course I got foundation on my hand because I'm awesomely coordinated like that. It only is ever used externally, not internally. But they would put it on things like rashes, because it helps relieve itching, on any skin ailments in particular that were not open. So anything that did not have an open sore. Or have any kind of abrasion, as it was found to have protecting from inflammation and infection. However, especially as with most herbs in particular, it is not something you should ever use if you're pregnant or nursing, especially for women. The list of herbs that you can use and take while you are pregnant or nursing, there aren't very many, because many times these herbs have potential side effects that could affect the growth of the baby or milk production. There's any number of things that could negatively impact you. Now that I've given some background on the herb for practical purposes as well as medicinal purposes, onto the magical purposes. Alkanet root is used through a diverse array of practices. In hoodoo, Alkanet root is generally used for protection or uncrossing, which is curse removal. It's also used frequently in things pertaining to luck. So whenever a practitioner has wanted to increase their chances with gambling or anything in particular that they may need a boost of assistance with, they might add Alkanet to their ritual work in some way. It's frequently especially used to give things a boost to make them act faster, I should say. It's not the only herb that can be used for that, so if you don't want to spend additional money trying to give any sort of workings a boost with Alkanet, although it's not a very expensive herb, there are other things that can be substituted for it, which I will cover in future videos. With regards to using the herb, it is best used in spell work that's done on Fridays. And in the next Magical Monday video that I do, I'm going to go over correspondence of days as well as moon phases and such when it comes to doing ritual work, because certain days tend to be better than others for certain types of workings. But because this plant is affiliated with Venus, it just is generally better used on a Friday. And with regards to other ways you can use the herb, you can put it in a pouch and carry it with you if you want to use it as a protection herb, or if you're going, say, to a casino or anything of that nature. The herb tends to be one that's good to carry with you to give you that little boost of luck. I also suggest using Alkanet in an anti-negativity way. It can be burned on its own or in a combination of other herbs as a loose incense. And it's especially good for burning when you have a new home, clearing out anything that may be stagnant energy. And also for anyone who's new to my channel, I am not a professional makeup artist by any way, make, shape, or form. I am learning as I go, and hopefully with time my looks might get a little bit better. So for anyone just tuning in, hopefully you'll see a good change over time. I'm using this salmony pink color from the Ulta Beauty. It was like a thing that they did for the holidays. It's basically a large silver kit with different kinds of makeup, assorted makeup in it. I'm trying to inform what products I'm using in case any of you see something that you may like. You know basically what it is and where to get it. There's a blush, and that was Shimmer Coral Blush. Let's see. Trying to make the best decision I can for the rest of the face if I can. I wonder if, let's see, I'm going to be a little bit brave today. Let's see if I can use some of this glitter opal on the eyes a bit. I have to say that's going down a lot easier with my finger than it has with the brush when I've attempted it. So far so good. This is from the ColourPop So Jaded palette that they did in a collaboration with Kathleen Lights. I'm not sure if this is a permanent part of their collection, and if it was something you wanted and weren't able to get, I'm really, really sorry, because I have to say, in doing these videos, it's become one of my favorite palettes to use. Just because the colors seem to lay down a lot easier, and at least on the heads, I have less problem with them than I do generally with other palettes. And I think we're going to do a lip color. And since it is a herb that imparts a deep red color, actually, instead of using the J-Cat lip palette that I've been using, I've been experimenting with making some of my own products. And this one is a combination of a lip gloss base that I bought off Amazon and a reddish brown mica powder. And let's all do a little prayer that it doesn't permanently stick to this head, because one thing that I have found in testing out these products when I put them on my hand is that even though it's a gloss, it's sticking down and it's not coming off unless I use makeup remover. Frequently when I'm washing these heads, things come off generally with soaps that I use to clean my brushes and sponges. But this particular product has been requiring me to use a very expensive dermalogical cleanse soap in order to get off. So today is my first time using it, and I'm hoping that won't be the case, but time will tell. Alkanet is also a herb, or alkanet oil is frequently added to things such as fast luck oils, usually, especially the ones if you were to buy from sites that sell things for conjure or hoodoo purposes. I'm not necessarily suggesting you do that, but I'm just saying those are the types of products that you will often see the herb in. Okay. So far the color seems pretty good. There aren't many mentions as how Alkanet can draw love, but based on the same principle as when women used to use it on their lips, it may help you become more appealing to find love. It does have some magical property of drawing love to you. If you don't care to wear it on your lips, you can always make something called a poppet. A poppet is generally what most people think of when they hear the term voodoo doll. Most oftentimes they are not used to, punish people by sticking needles into them, although they can be. But you can also make these dolls on your own in order to try to draw things to you. You can even use them to protect yourself. I think for this head we're going to use the gold highlighter. See how it works. And we shall see. But where it also has protective properties to it. At the very least, it should help keep negative energy away from you. There went the cover. It fell right off. Now this highlighter worked pretty well the last time I used it. We'll see if it works okay this time. I still need to work on doing contouring, so that's likely not something I'm going to do on this head because it's still something I'm practicing at trying. But anyway, I hope this video has been at least somewhat informative regarding the herb Alkanet. This is the look for today. I hope it's better than I've been doing. Obviously, I'm still working on trying to get things even on both sides of the head. I tend to be right-handed, so working on the left side isn't always easy for me. But anyway, with all of that said, I hope this has been somewhat informative and entertaining. And until next time, brightest blessings and blessed be.